Back in June of 2020, many counties moved to defund their police department because of the BLM movement. Now they're planning on refunding their police department because crime surged. Shocker. The murder rate has jumped back to 1990s levels due to BLM and anyone who promoted BLM. In every city across the country, police retirements are up to record rates and police are transferring to the suburbs. Can't blame them. Gun homicides started to surge only directly after the June 2020 protests. Here are the casualties from gang shootings in the inner city jumping up directly after that magic date. Now we're up to a 6.22 per 100,000 homicide rate, which hasn't happened since 1998. Everyone knows who's committing these gun homicides, and everyone knows who's most victimized by gun crime. Every year, about 18 unarmed black Americans are killed by police, compared to about 100 from falling down the stairs. More whites are killed by police on a yearly basis, and you don't know any of their names. Economist after economist after economist have all concluded that when you control for the different crime rates in the country, which are also rates of police run-ins, no racial bias can be found in police shootings. If you promoted this, you killed 10,000 extra people.
This YouTube channel called 2020 Vision that basically predicted a bunch of celebrities' deaths. Recently, they came out with a new video predicting when Corona was gonna end.
Oh yeah, let's tell you what date that is. It says
Corona 10 August 2022.
So everyone mark your calendars, because apparently that's the day where Corona dies. Corona ends. It's no longer, or well, at least quarantine, I think.
Yeah,
where everything
maybe
goes
just
back
like
to normal.
strict regulations. Maybe that's the day when when masks are completely lifted.
Yeah, mandates are gone.
Wow.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Notice there's been an awful lot of UFO sightings lately. I wonder why that is. I've been talking about this since the original CIA document dump, that the government doesn't do anything just because. There's always some kind of an underlining ulterior motive. Well, what's the ulterior motive to all of these UFO sightings all of a sudden? I talked to a good friend of mine who's actually in the Air Force, and they told me that they were not expecting so many sightings because of the pandemic. Expecting? Listen, to me, this sounds like a soft open. If you know what a soft open is, it means where you kind of soften the audience up for something harder later on in the act. So to me, at this moment in time, what is it that we're going to know of here pretty soon? Because all of a sudden, things have gotten really weird. It's almost like we're getting a preview just to numb us up a little bit, so when the big reveal comes, we're not so surprised.
Here's an unsettling theory on why we haven't made contact with aliens yet, and it involves the Fermi Paradox. The paradox is that how do we have such a lack of evidence of alien life when by all accounts we should be seeing alien life all over the universe? The observable universe is about 90 billion light years in diameter, and there are at least 100 billion galaxies, each with 100 to 1,000 billion stars, and there are probably trillions of habitable planets in this universe. Which means there's tons of opportunity for alien life to exist, so why haven't we seen it? Well, here's a creepy explanation for why we haven't. Let's say you're scuba diving above a coral reef, and you know there should be fish all around you, but you don't see any. It's most likely that they have learned that for some reason it is important to stay hidden and not be seen. And since you're the newcomer to this environment, chances are it's not you they're hiding from.
The greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Are these fact or fiction? We may never know. It's been 50 years since Neil Armstrong allegedly landed on the moon. But my sources tell me the US government, eager to beat Russia in the space race, faked the lunar landing. People in 1969 could barely watch TV without a 5-foot antenna. You think they're landing on the moon? Doubtful. Was JFK killed by the CIA? The KGB? The Mafia? Could be all of the above. Or it could be none of the above. Did Jeffrey Epstein actually take his own life? Or was it the act of a few famous individuals he had compromising information on? Yes. Has the government suppressed information that reveals the Earth is actually a flat, infinite plane? Obviously not. Did the mysterious Malaysia Airlines flight just vanish into thin air? Or was it digitally hijacked by hackers who rerouted the plane to Antarctica? Your guess is as good as mine.